Welcome to Movie Life Crisis. Join us as we watch the best movies from 30 years ago.
Critics say Swingers is the most fun you'll have at the movies this holiday season.
I don't want you to be the guy in the PG-13 movie everyone's really hoping makes it happen. I want you to be like the guy in the rated R movie.
Entertainment Weekly calls it a terrific new comedy. It's so exhilarating it makes you want to applaud. It's hugely original and laugh-out-loud funny.
Baby, you are so money and you don't even know it.
It's the year's most winning comedy.
So how long do I wait to call? 2 days is like industry standard.
Swingers, rated R.
Well, how long are you guys going to wait? 6 days?
Now playing select.
Oh, that's great.
Because this movie opened in like 8 theaters to nobody. You can only get trailers from when it's coming out on VHS.
I like how they threw Rescue Me in there. I'm sure that wasn't cheap.
And it wasn't on
the budget.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't on the actual movie soundtrack.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Swingers, Movie Life Crisis, Season 6, Episode 12, 1996.
Oh my goodness, let me tell you. It's been a long time since I've seen this, and I don't know why I waited so long.
That's what I was thinking, man, because this is when we were thinking about doing this podcast, we've been doing it for 6 years. We probably talked about it for 5 years prior to that because we don't like to do shit. But this would be one of the movies that I would think, I was like, dude, when we get to that one, that's one that I really want. I want to talk about it.
Right.
Like there's just so much. Like you could do a freaking college course where you spend the whole semester talking about how they made Swingers.
And it was such a huge part of our lexicon. And I remember quoting the hell out of this. This was another one of those movies where it's got quotes that we took off of a VHS and put it on the computer just so we could have it. And then because they'd have those interludes in the rap CDs where they would act out parts. We were throwing interludes in there
on a mix on a rap album they would have little skits to break up the tracks, and we would do that on our mix CDs, but we would drop in movie quotes.
It was more like Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, Rush Hour, how they would have parts of the movie in there. We would start throwing those on there. And dude, it would just make you giggle. You'd listen to a song and be like, it's great. And then you would hear you're so money and you don't even know it right before the next track. That's freaking great, man.
So there was a period of time when I dropped out of college because college is stupid. And I moved to Colorado to be a ski bum with freaking Jason Seal and Jamie Scherer. And we lived with 5 people in a 2-bedroom condo. So me and Jamie and Jason all slept in one room together. They slept in one queen bed. I slept in the other queen bed. Neither bed had sheets or comforters. Oof. We just had sleeping bags. And we had a PlayStation 2 and we had Tony Hawk Pro Skater. That was the only video game option we had. And then we had I think the PlayStation 2 played DVDs, and I had I owned 4 DVDs, and I was Swingers, Blade, God, dude, what's the movie? Event Horizon.
What's the football movie? Didn't you have that one? It felt like you
Varsity Blues. Varsity Blues might have. Those could have been so it's those were our options because we didn't have, this is 99. So there's not really, we had dial-up internet. Screech stayed up one entire night to download one song on the dial-up internet. In the morning, we woke up.
Tagged wrong and it was the wrong song.
Yeah, dude, we'd been awake for he'd been awake for 9 hours downloading on a freaking phone line. And in the morning, he's like, check it out. I got Rusted Root. We're like, dude, is that your whole night? That was what you did? You just watched the friggin' percentage go up 19.1%. Come on, here we go. Now we're cooking.
When in the middle of the night, it would go faster. So it would be so much better.
Not the phone line. Dude, this was freaking before there was even a Napster, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's not we're hey, let's just see what's on. It's dude, there's not shit on this. We have these 4 movies. We have this one video game. And other than that, we play cards and push each other into the bushes. So when I tell you I've seen this movie a couple hundred times, I'm not exaggerating in the slightest.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, I had way more options, and I've seen this hundreds of times. It's really, it's not long. It's 90 minutes. It's funny. I was trying to explain it to Kat's like, I think I remember that movie. I don't know. I think I've maybe seen it. I was like, it's like what romantic comedies are for women. I feel like this is what a guy's movie is. But it's like,
Well,
it's got feeling though. Like they're talking about like actual things. Like, dude, I like it.
Well, they said that there's a great oral history of this movie they did for the 20th anniversary on Grantland, and they interviewed almost everybody involved, like Jon Favreau and Vince Vaughn, and the director Doug Liman, the producers, the line producers, like all the people that worked on it. And so you get a really good look at like how they made it, what the stories were. And I think one of the things that they said was it didn't have a lot of studio appeal, because they're like, dude, this movie's only for out of work actors in LA. And the director, Doug Liman, was like, I think what people didn't recognize at the time is that that's the setting, but like it's about just like male friends in their 20s, like going through a breakup, like trying to figure out what you're gonna do with your life, like how you hang out with your buddies and what you guys do together. Like it's that, which is a very universal thing set in a very specific, like I didn't know anything about Hollywood trying to be actors in their 20s at this point in time, but like I fucking loved this movie.
Yeah. No, dude, same. Like him writing this after breaking up with somebody, so like it's an actual thing that everybody can relate to. And plus them like playing the hockey game and then arguing and fighting.
Check it out, Mike. I'm gonna make Lil Wayne's head bleed.
Like, why is he on the ground? Because Gretzky's a bitch. That's why. Like, they suck in this game. We're a finesse team. Like, dude, that kind of interaction.
Yeah.
I know, like, Kat can't relate to that, but I totally can. Like, I can remember playing games and yelling like that. Like, I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it to Kat other than like, this is how girls feel about a lot of romantic comedies, which I like those as well.
But dude, I get like
numerous times, but like this is, to me,
I'm sure that
really
like
guys,
your wife and my wife are probably going like, man, Designing Women and Fried Green Tomatoes and Steel Magnolias is like whatever you think of those movies for like young women in the South. Like this movie is like that for me.
Before we talk too far down on Designing Women, I've been watching that recently, and
I like Designing Women.
Hilarious.
Yeah, Designing Women's
awesome.
Delta Burke's great. That whole thing is great. But I'm not like that was not formative for me. I just enjoy it now.
Yeah. No. Agreed. Also,
dude, because your kid's like 13 or whatever. Like
he turns 14 today, by the way. If you want to feel old,
I did want to feel old, and I do. But like, I feel like his generation is going to miss out on. Think about how much time we spent in our teens and 20s, like sitting like on the couch with a buddy playing a video game, and I don't think you can do that anymore, really.
Well, so you're right.
Because we talk about that with my other buddies, like, dude, like in college, like doing LAN parties and playing freaking Halo and Call of Duty, and
I just told them about LAN parties, like
GoldenEye, like No Odd Job, and like everybody would have like the weird rules that everyone kind of knew. It's like, dude, don't just a dick move, don't do that.
Yeah,
or like you can't play, like you can't be Bo Jackson in Tecmo Bowl, like just like everyone, like dude, that's just not fair. Like everyone knew it.
Everyone.
I feel like his generation is not gonna. Like you got to do that. You got to be pushing each other while you're playing. Like, dude, don't bump me while I'm on offense.
That's the part that I think that's the only part that's missing, because I can hear him playing in his room with his friends that live in Slidell.
Yeah,
and he's playing on FaceTime.
Yeah,
live with them, and they'll say like, "Dude, I thought we were saying no building." Like they're playing like Fortnite or whatever. It's like no building. You say no building. Like so like they're still doing that part, but the physical like, dude, when Will came in town, I don't know, 3 or 4 times ago, I moved the Xbox 360 into the living room and we played Modern Warfare. Dude, we paused it and then sat on the couch and just talked and messed around and then went back to playing. Like that kind of stuff is, there's a bunch of kids that are missing that.
But also when you were a kid, like that was part, like the playing video games was part of the experience, but also like, hey, I'm tired of playing video games. Let's go outside and throw the football for a while. And then when the pizza gets here, we'll have pizza. And like now you just have like, you're in your room and your friends are in their room. And then I guess it's cool they can live far apart. You don't need a parent to like get you together, but
they're missing it. They're missing it.
Yeah.
It sounds like we're like, get off the lawn, but they are missing it.
Well, I mean, I just think that's an experience that, like, I hate that your son and my son might not have that exact experience just because it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Like, dude, you go over to somebody's house and it's like you're playing Mario Kart. And it's like, oh, sweet, dude, I'm gonna get in next on that. And it's like, and there's like 8 kids from the neighborhood all waiting to like have their turn.
And I will say that that's the other thing, having to wait to play the game. Like, GoldenEye was 4 people, so you'd have 4, and one person can rotate in or 3 people rotate in, and the winner stays, kind of thing. They don't do that anymore. Now there's like, all 11 people can play all online all at one time.
But even in Swingers, when he freaking pauses it so he can go answer the door, and then Vince Vaughn unpauses it, he's like, look check it out, I'm making Lil Wayne's head bleed. And it's like, dude, just shut. Don't fucking unpause it.
And he's like smacking him on the head. Man, that's great.
You missed a lot of important stuff there. So what? Obviously, why this movie was chosen is that we were teenagers when it came out, and so it is hugely important to us.
It feels very. I know it is, and I'm sure we'll talk more about it, but it feels very 1996 for me.
Yeah.
Like it was.
Well, dude, it's shot on film. Like we just don't have that many more years of
tiny little clips of film, like leftover pieces that other people were donating and throwing away. They were filming, so they'd have like 1 minute of film. All right, you got to get it ready. 3, 2, 1, blast off, and then you got to nail it. That's great.
Well, so this movie was written by Jon Favreau when he was nobody,
right?
And then he spent a couple years trying to get it made. He was real friends with all the people in the movie, and they finally decided to like put together this shoestring budget that they borrowed from some financier guy.
Yeah,
they had like $200,000 to make this movie
or something.
It was someone that Lyman's dad knew that he's never revealed who it was. So, but they didn't have a lot of money, and one of the things they wanted to do to cut costs was they wanted to shoot on film. But they're like, if we get the short ends, because film came in 1,000 feet or 400 foot spools, and big productions wouldn't use like the last 100 feet because they didn't want to run out during the middle of a take. Right. And so the short ends, they would just kind of go like, we don't care about those. And so this production is like buying up the short ends from the different like film stock places in LA. It's like, dude, you got anything you're going to throw away that we can have?
Yeah, that's great.
They said that most of the short ends that this movie was shot on came from Twisters.
That's awesome.
Yeah, which is the biggest or second biggest movie of '96. This one, by the way, is number 155 on the year.
Oh, that stinks.
Yeah, right ahead of Ed, which is a movie where a trained chimp plays third base for a minor league baseball team, co-starring Joey from Friends. All that's legit. You can look all that up.
Oh man, it's ahead of that or behind it?
It's ahead of that by a hair.
Oh, gee. Whew. Yeah, that was close.
But this movie, they said like so the film budget was like $250,000 to $300,000, but they spent another probably $500,000 or more on just the music licensing, like all the Dean Martin shit and Big Bad Voodoo Daddy, and so they said
good,
that, like,
though.
Yeah, it was incredible. But they got all the color correction and all that, all the post stuff. They got that all done for free. And then when it released and it made whatever $4 million, almost $5 million, they were like, Miramax is the production company that licensed and distributed it, and Miramax had just like was getting ready to do like Good Will Hunting, and so they'd had a couple of movies that had done really well.
Right.
They're like the A24 at that time, and like this one didn't do well theatrically. Everyone was like, and they pulled it out of the theaters pretty quickly, and they're like, well, we tried it, but it just didn't really work. And then later on, Buena Vista Home Videos said, hey, look, we think Miramax messed up the distribution of this movie. This thing's too good to have been yanked that quickly. We want to do a big home video push. And so they would do a thing with Blockbuster, and like they'd fly the Blockbuster executives out, and they go like, here's the movies we for the year that we really want you to know about. And that for that year, the home video freaking symposium for all the Blockbuster execs was swingers themed,
nice.
hats and bowling shirts and cocktails.
Nice.
And so you go into a Blockbuster and there'd be 30 copies of Swingers, even though it was a tiny independent movie that no one saw. And so then it started to really take off on video.
Worked out. I wonder, I don't remember seeing this in the theater, so I think.
No, I don't think it even played in the theater. It came out in 800 screens or even less.
So I'm glad somebody knew enough to push it like that. That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, dude. Well, we're getting ahead of ourselves
Yeah.
because this movie's fun to talk about. So give us a synopsis.
Mike, a struggling comedian and actor, leaves New York, goes to Los Angeles, can't get over a breakup. His louder friend, Trent, drags him through Vegas, parties, bars, coffee shops, late night LA, all in an effort to get him back in the game. Eventually, Mike stops trying to be like Trent and using his swagger and finds his own way to do it and connects with somebody real, Heather Graham.
Yeah.
Who's fantastic in this.
She's great. Yeah. Like I said, they borrowed $200,000, which is not a lot to make a feature film. I mean, it sounds like a lot if you know how much Kevin Smith spent on Clerks, but like to make a movie especially a movie that's shot in LA and Las Vegas is a ridiculously small.
Yeah. And they didn't get any permits because that would have cost more. So they didn't hire extras, so that would have cost more, like all of that.
There's a bunch of scenes that are like in bars or in parties, and every one of those scenes, the normal way to do that is like you rent the venue during the day, you block it all off so it looks like it's night, and then you hire extras to come in and pretend like they're drinking at the bar. And they were like, we don't have money for that. We're just going to ask the bar nicely, like, dude, can we just please come in and film while you're already open?
Right.
And then like, we'll use the people that are actually there drinking as background actors without telling them.
That's great.
And so they because they actually, these are the spots that they all went and hung out at. Those are the ones that Favreau put in the script. And they just went like, dude, we're at the Derby all the time. Can we just come in and film while you guys are during swing night? Like,
there was a list of a bunch of the cameos too, and I went back and tried to find the one I was looking for was Severance, Adam Scott.
Yeah,
they said he was his downstairs neighbor. I couldn't find him, dude. I went back and watched it, and I just missed it. It's I love that guerrilla style filmmaking, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. Dude,
me too. And like they did make a deal to shoot in Vegas, but they didn't have to pay for it. They like got in and got out.
Right.
And just the whole thing is incredible, dude. So they have the short ends of real film. That's how they're going to shoot the movie. They can shoot 1 minute at a time. But Doug Liman, the director, is like, well, if you a regular movie making camera at that point in time, you took 4 minutes to reload. And I was like, we only have 18 days blocked for shooting.
Yeah.
18 shooting days on a 90-minute script is already like 15 pages a day, which most movies are going to shoot 3 to 5 pages a day. So we're already at this crazy schedule. We can't do it 1 minute of shooting and 4 minutes of break. He's like, so instead of using that camera, I used a different 35 millimeter camera, which is normally used for documentaries. And the reason that you don't use it for films is that it's so loud, you can't hear the dialogue. And so,
is this the jacket thing?
Yeah, so he would take that camera and he would wrap his like winter coat around it and then tie the arms up. And then he would wrap his comforter around that. And then he would hold this big ball of cloth that was the camera. And like, that's how they did it because you could reload it way faster.
That's
like
awesome.
The whole thing was like, let's just MacGyver this shit. Let's just put some duct tape on it and just figure out how to make it happen.
So yeah, and I was reading something where Favreau was like, it's like looking at a snowball. It's a big white jacket. Every time he has to do the thing. That's freaking great.
Yeah. Great. Awards?
Doug Liman won Best New Filmmaker at the MTV Movie Awards. That's the only one that I saw.
Yeah. Do they still do the MTV Movie Awards? They can't, right?
I don't think MTV does anything that they used to do.
I mean, does MTV... I was going to say, do they exist anymore?
Yeah, it's still a thing, but I think it's just like 16 and pregnant and stuff like that.
Dude, I mean, Wikipedia has MTV Movie Awards like winners going up to 2023. That can't possibly be right.
Oh man,
2023 hosted by Drew Barrymore. Top Gun Maverick was the second most nominated film. All right, that's ludicrous. Clearly they stopped. 2024 it's skipped.
Skipped.
So I'm guessing they shut it down. But anyway, so Doug Liman gets the Best New Filmmaker award.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That helped out his it helped out his reputation to make sure that like he gets to make better movies because he's good at what he does. Like the stuff he does after this.
He did The Bourne Identity, which I hated the direction of that particular movie because the whole thing was Steadicam. So it's like, dude, I read those books a bunch of times. I love Matt Damon. I'm like, okay, cool. Let me just take some Dramamine and go see this movie. So that one I hated. But he did Go, which I freaking love. He did Mr. and Mrs. Smith, which I love. Edge of Tomorrow, I freaking love. He's done a bunch of stuff I really
American
like.
Made's good. Like
American Made's
even
really
the
good.
new Roadhouse wasn't bad, dude. I liked it. So like
I didn't see that. But like Jumper, I even like that movie because I liked that book.
It's got Anakin in it, isn't it? That's the one where he can that's what I'm saying. I like this dude's stuff, so I'm glad he won something to put him out there to.
Yeah, dude, for sure. All right, man. So we agree that we didn't see it in the theaters because it probably didn't even come to the theaters in Hammond.
Yeah,
it was a huge video put. Dude, I'm sure that because we didn't. If you saw the cover of this in 1996, you wouldn't have known anyone on it. Like there was nobody that was famous. Like
you don't know.
John Favreau and Vince Vaughn met on Rudy, and Vince Vaughn is like on the football team, but all of his scenes got cut out. So you just happen to know now. It's like, oh, dude, look at that, it's Vince Vaughn, but he doesn't even talk. All of his parts got cut. And Favreau is Rudy's buddy, but he's like chubby, like young John Favreau.
Yeah.
And they met on the set of that movie. And they're friends, but you don't know who they are in 96. Like there's nobody.
Yeah. There's nothing he was doing. Vince Vaughn was doing before. Well, so wait, do you know, You'll Shoot Your Eye Out? What the hell's that movie called? Christmas Story.
Yeah. Christmas Story.
So he met the lead guy, the little kid on that, Vince Vaughn did.
Yeah.
He met him, and that's when they started being friends on a like after school special. I'm wondering if Vince Vaughn and that dude met on the after school special story that Vince Vaughn was telling. You know what I'm saying? Like not that, but like I wonder if I feel like that's all connected somehow. I couldn't find anything about it, but I felt like it was all.
Well, who are you talking about?
I'm talking about the little blonde-haired kid You'll Shoot a Christmas Story.
Peter Billingsley.
Isn't he good friends with Vince Vaughn?
I have no idea, and I don't know what bearing that has on this movie.
No, because when he's talking about, I was crying. I'm tearing my face off crying, and he was going for an after-school special. That was his first thing. Was the after-school special, like. Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn really did like that. Because John Favreau said like Vince didn't go to college. He moved out to LA. He started doing commercials and he started doing after school specials. So nothing to do with the Christmas Story, but I'm sure that like every story in the movie, I'm sure is like an exaggerated version of something that really happened to either John Favreau, Vince Vaughn, or one of their friends.
Yeah.
They said that. So yeah, I'm sure.
I couldn't find out which one it was, but the whole story about him not getting it, but Peter Billingsley getting it, and then him telling that story the whole time. First of all, I love that scene because he's like, they're tearing their face off crying, and then the whole place erupts in applause. I love that.
Well, how old is he? Because I'm tall, right? But I look young. Ladies, right? I look young.
I look young, don't I? And he said, and he looks at me with a straight face, and he says, 11. And you said double down.
You said double down.
Oh man. But the whole time I'm thinking about that, I was thinking about him being friends with Peter Billingsley because he's friends with John Favreau and they're all doing the thing. Just like there's no sequel to this, but Made comes, 5 or 6 years after this. And it's these two again. And he doesn't play Trent, but he plays a guy that can't stop talking like that. So I was putting all that together.
Where I was heading before we got off on that sidetrack was that I don't remember seeing this. And if I'd seen the poster of it in Blockbuster, if I saw 30 copies of it, I wouldn't have known what it was and I wouldn't have recognized anyone on it. So I don't think I would have rented it unless like word must have gotten around like, dude, this movie's hilarious. You got to check it out.
You're right. I think that's what it was for me was because 96, I'm graduating high school. So now I'm starting college and like I don't think
like somebody like works at the video store and is like watching all the movies, like our buddy Sean or even like my brother in college who worked at a video store, like they're watching all the movies and they go like, dude, check out this. Like Biggin would go into the record store and be like, ooh, this CD's got 3 black guys on it. Let's just check that out.
Let's just try
and then he could say like, you should listen to look at Juice. These guys are awesome. They do a Garth Brooks cover, but but I wasn't that guy, and you weren't that guy. So someone clearly
Juice with 2 O's.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
What was the Garth Brooks cover? Tomorrow Never Comes?
If Tomorrow Never Comes.
Oh. Who was
Shout
the
out-
band that did Wonderful Tonight? Is that Damage?
Yes.
All the ones from the very best of Bigot.
Yeah,
CD.
dude. Damage was good, dude. And it literally the record cover is just friggin' 4 black guys standing next to each other, all dressed in all black.
Oh man!
The point is, like, there must have been that movie friend that told our group because
right. No, and I think it was Biggin that told me. That's what I'm saying. Like, I remember him going like, "Dude, y'all should watch this. You would really like it." And he would get stuff way before.
Yeah.
Like, even for movies, not just the.
Yeah, well, like Will does that with like comedians. If I'm trying to figure out, like, dude, I want to go see some comedy, but I don't know who the fuck any of these people are. I can just text Will and be like, hey man, who's the comedian that you're listening to that you like that I don't know about yet? That you have 4 of their t-shirts. And
he does that with music too, though. Lately,
yeah,
he's been dropping some knowledge.
I don't pay attention to music, so I don't even ask about that. But every once in a while, I want to go see some comedy, and I know I'm like Will knows what's going on. I can ask him.
He definitely does.
All right, man. Well, let's do ratings. From 1 to 10, no 7s allowed.
No 7s. Dude, I gave this a 9.5.
Yeah.
It's 96 minutes, something like that, I think. It was fantastically quick. It was freaking funny. It was quotable. It had all the things I remember. It's got heart. It's got dirty words. It was great. I watched almost the whole thing with Jake, who also thought it was funny and didn't even probably get a lot of the references. So like 9.5 for me, dude. I'll watch it again probably before this year's over.
Yeah, I was thinking because I used to watch it all the time and I was like, I didn't need to have stopped watching it all the time.
Right.
And like, you know, we do our like top 3 scenes and our top 3 quotes. And I was writing down scenes and they hadn't left Vegas yet, and I already had 5, and we're like, that's like 15 minutes into the movie.
It's too hard. Yeah.
And I was like, shit, dude, I think I'd have a hard time picking 3 scenes from this movie that I didn't think made the top.
Right.
I gave it a 10. I think I've given 3 10 out of 10s. I think I gave League of Their Own, and I think I gave Forrest Gump a 10. But I think in 6 years, over 100 movies, I think I've given out 3 10s. This is the 3rd. I love it, man.
Dude, it's so good. It's so good.
And I don't have any way to separate the nostalgia from it because it was an important movie to me and all my friends for a long time. And obviously that is a factor. Like, I'm not trying to say it's the best movie ever made, but to me, it's a 10 out of 10. Anytime it's on, I will watch it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I would never walk into the room and be like, Swingers, I don't really feel like that. I'd be like, fuck yeah, Swingers, let's do it. Like,
yeah.
Like when my kid is like, let's listen to Aladdin again. I'm never like, God, I'm tired of Aladdin. I'm like, hell yeah, man. Let's fire up Aladdin. Let's do it. I'm never tired of Aladdin. Let's go.
Right. Yeah, same for me, dude. I don't think it's a 10 for everybody for sure. My wife would not think this is a 10. She would totally enjoy it. And I don't know why I can't get her to watch it, but, it's going to be a really high up there for me. I only gave it a 9.5 too, because I couldn't watch it with everybody. And that's,
you can't watch it with an 8-year-old.
Right. I couldn't watch it with my 8-year-old daughter, but that's the only thing. And that's only because I really like her that I want to.
I was going to say, dude, truthfully, like, you might not want to watch this with your daughter when she's 14. Like, it's not super friendly to women. It's not like,
no, it's not. Yeah.
It's not misogynistic by this time of the 90s, but now looking back, you're like, dude, there's a lot of just talk about women as beautiful babies, which is like, has to do with what they look like and literally nothing else.
Yeah.
And obviously every American male in the 90s was like, fuck yeah, they're nailing it. But now we're like, I probably should talk to women about stuff that's important to them and see if they're good people, and just not like, come on, Mikey, there's gonna be beautiful babies there.
To flip it around,
big fucking claws and these teeth.
He's got these teeth.
You got the bunny, and you're just trying to. How can I kill the bunny with this?
Dude, to flip it, do you think when girls watch this, they look at that girl as like, what do you drive? And like, do you think they're like, oh God, she's freaking shallow and crappy? Or do they just make everybody like that? So at the end, when Jon Favreau's vulnerable and Heather Graham is being vulnerable and they're both awkward, it just makes it for a better ending. Cause I love that.
Dude, and so to me, like, that girl, I don't know. Maybe that's a blind spot for me. But that girl is like, what kind of car do you drive? I don't think like, man, girls sure were shitty in the 90s. I just think like LA is like that.
Oh yeah, that's
Like
definitely
the beginning of the movie when he's like, we're gonna go to a party. It's gonna take us a half an hour to find it. You're gonna say it sucks. And meanwhile, I'm talking to a girl who's busy looking around to see if there's someone else she should be talking to, and I'm supposed to give a shit because she's wearing a fucking backpack. Like, I don't like that's what LA is like. That's not what the 90s were like. That's just Los Angeles.
What about that whole scene that you were just talking about too? How it's dark in his kitchen.
Yeah.
And when he leaves the kitchen, he turns the light on. So there's light in the background and he's walking around, and then he turns the light off so he can open the fridge and have the light. And dude, he's just constantly looking in his fridge and pacing. That was so real for me. Just when we talk on the phone, I walk around my kitchen and I'm like looking at stuff and straightening things in the pantry. Like, dude,
But the amazing thing about that is, do you know why he did that?
No idea.
Because they didn't have any lights for the scene.
Nice.
And so that like they didn't have a DP on the film. Like, so, like Doug Liman was like, Jon Favreau was getting more and more concerned as the production went along that we didn't really know what we were doing. Like we didn't hire a DP because we didn't have the money for one. And like that's a pretty important job. Yeah. And so like our lighting rigs were like just made out of like Home Depot lamps with 150 watt bulbs. And then like
great.
And Favreau said in that scene, like Doug told me to open the fridge because he couldn't see my face, and so that's why we opened it to get the light on my face.
That's great.
But it also is perfect because you're walking around like just opening shit and freaking checking on stuff.
Yeah, dude, that's so real for me. I don't know why I do the same exact thing.
God, but yeah. So 9.5 for you, 10 for me. The soundtrack is incredible.
Yeah,
it's really funny. The cast is great. I don't know, man. It's kind of weird. It's Jon Favreau got a screenwriting program as a gift and opened it up, and just to figure out how to work it, just wrote this script in 10 days.
What was the name of that one that we had? And it just put
Final Cut?
No. The screenwriting program we had back in the Gap.
I don't remember.
Which is strikingly like this one. Yeah. It was like an old like Greek name or something. Prometheus? That's not right.
I don't know.
Remember when you printed out, it would put the trial on the thing. Yeah.
We
had that.
And a watermark. So just like, I mean, it's remarkable. And then he spends a couple of years trying to get the movie made, and a bunch of people read the script and wanted to make the movie, but what they wanted to do was buy the script from him. And he was like, I don't want to do that. He's like, I was trying to be an actor. I don't want you to cast freaking Jason Priestley in my movie and then me stay home. Which was like a legit thing that was, they were like really close to casting Jason Priestley as Trent.
Oh, that would have been bad.
Because every studio who was like, we want the movie, maybe we could put you in it, but like we got to put a star in the Trent role because that's a really fun part. We'll put him on the poster.
It's like they're offering a star now. Right. They picked it right.
Well, yeah. And all right, dude. Well, let's do scenes. I trimmed it down to 4.
I got mine down to 3. I tried to keep it. Dude, 96 minutes of this could have been in my best scenes.
I'm leaving on so much stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah, me too. The answering machine part that's got to be the first one, dude. His meltdown, and I just can't. That's the part I wanted to show Jake the most, and the whole time, every time he picked up the phone and he would hear the boop, 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 and redialing, Jake would turn and look at me and be like, "What is he doing?" I just freaking love how cringe comedy. It's so painfully accurate. I love it. It was brutal.
The whole movie, Jon Favreau is going through a breakup, and he's really hung up on his ex-girlfriend, and his best friend Vince Vaughn is trying to get him out of the funk and like have him meet new girls, go out dancing. Right. And he just is hung up on and he finally meets a girl and he gets her number, and his buddy's like, just wait 2 days to call her, 3 days. I'm going to wait 6 days. And he's like, and he calls her that night at like 3:00 in the morning, and he's trying to leave his number so that she can call him back, and it gets cut off. 555-789 beep. And he leaves like 9 messages in a row. And by like message 7, he's like, hey, look, just Nikki, I just don't think this is going to work out. It's not you. It's me. I'm going through a breakup. And dude. And then she freaking picks up, like, because interrupts the message. She's like, Mike. And he's like, hey, Nikki, hi. Did you just get home? She's like, never call here again.
Oh, dude. And did you recognize? I've always remembered seeing her in this. She was in The Replacements. She's the love interest in against Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, I recognized her.
I was like, God, why do I know her more now? And dude, that whole scene was before that when she's at the Dresden. I actually, when I was in LA, went to the Dresden, and the old guy playing the drums
Yeah,
and the
Marty
lady
and Elaine.
playing dude, they were there. They were playing that night, and I was like,
they
oh my God,
played for years and years. I think one of them died.
This is a real thing. This is crazy.
One of them died pretty recently, but like they played because I lived in LA 15 years after this movie came out, and they were still there.
They were still there. Dude, that's crazy. But the whole, like, he walks in. I like how he's got the automatic closing like thing on his door. So when he kicks the door open, he's got to hold it open with his foot, and he's like standing a certain way, and you can see the silhouette. And then he drops his keys and he walks over and he wants to not call her, but then he cannot stop calling her.
Dude, by the way, the Dresden's website still lists Marty and Elaine as like playing 5 nights a week for this is their 38th year.
Dang.
I wonder if they've gotten any better.
I can't imagine that they did.
But yeah, dude, and also like the whole movie is shot handheld, and then that one scene where he's making all the phone calls, they put the camera on a tripod and it's stationary and it's like a mid shot, and it's like, so you just have to sit in the discomfort and just
God, it's so great. That's what I was thinking. And
it's so incredibly awkward.
And they don't follow him either. He leaves and walks off, and then you hear him walking right back up and grabbing the phone and dialing. God, it's so hard to watch, and it's so great. I love it.
This is, and dude, it's so cringe. It's incredible. It's fucking hilarious. And also, like, I remember in the 90s, and like you might go out with your friends and you might meet a young lady at the bar and you might get her phone number. And there was a lot of discussions about when you were going to call. And also, like, it wasn't like you were calling a cell phone, really. You were like calling a phone, and like, so you go like, all right, did I wait like a couple days to call and I left a message with someone? I don't know who I left the message with.
Right.
But then like a couple days after that, it's like, shit, I don't know if they even got the message. It's like, do I call back or do I just like, I guess that person's gone forever.
It's so weird to me that you got to wait. Like, I don't, you don't want to scare off the beautiful babies that might be ready to party now.
But now I'm sure that kids are like, if you like a girl, you got to freaking not reply to too many of her Snapchat stories, or like, you can't send 2 text messages in a row. I'm sure there's rules. I don't know what they are, but I'm sure it's the same shit.
I never went by the wait 2 days rule. You got to wait a day. Oh, so tomorrow. No, tomorrow and then a day.
But it's like, because now every day, 2 days is kind of industry standard. I feel like everyone's doing 2 days. So I think 3 days is kind of the money.
It's
2
kind of
days
money.
is enough.
It's kind of
but
money.
3 days is kind of the money.
Yeah.
So, well, how long are you guys going to wait to call your babies? 6 days.
6 days. Dude, I never went by that. I never. Yeah. But that's a whole different episode.
My first scene, I had the answering machine message because that's the most iconic part of this movie for me. My first scene in chronological order was Vegas Double Down. And Vegas is like the first 15 minutes of this 90-minute movie, so it's a bunch of scenes. I could have picked all of them.
Yeah.
But the one I picked is they walk into the casino, and it's this freaking old casino. It's just nothing but people wheeling around oxygen tanks, feeding slot machines, and they're like, they got their suits on.
Old school. It's old school. Oh yeah. It's definitely old school.
He's gonna fall over themselves a couple high rollers like me and you. He's trying, and he's so fucking awkward. He's like, I got $300, but I'm only gonna bet with 100. But I figure we'd throw some money around. The pit boss can take care of us. Dude, and John Favreau's like counting the money, and the dealer's like, you have to lay it on the table. He's like, I don't want to bet at all. He's like, you can't hand me money. And dude, it's so crystal clear that he has no idea what's going on.
Yeah, he's no idea.
And the dealer's like, changing 300. And he's like, hands him 3 black chips. And he's like, do you have any smaller chips? He's like, I most certainly do, but this is a $100 minimum bet table. Perhaps you'd be happy at one of our more lower stakes tables. And you look over there and it looks like a freaking little kid's birthday party. No one knows what's going on.
Yeah. And they're trying to teach the old lady how to play blackjack, and there's a biker next to her.
Dude. And he puts the $100 chip down, and he gets dealt a 5 and a 6. And like freaking Vince Vaughn's over, shows you, dude, 11, you got to double down. And he's like, I'm going to double down. It's another $100. He's like, you got to double down. You have to double down on 11. And and it's his turn, and everyone's looking at him. And the And finally, he's like, double down.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I'm just saying it's a double down, and he like turns around in mid sentence and yells it. It's freaking great.
And then of course he loses. The dealer gets 21, and then it cuts to them at the freaking little kid's birthday party table, jammed in there with their suits, playing like $2 blackjack. And
all right, so did you see the thing about who the guy was at the high rollers table?
Yes, I did.
That was Vince Vaughn's dad.
Vince Vaughn's dad was the guy at the $100 table, and the grandma who got breakfast comped is Jon Favreau's grandmother.
Yeah,
so they put both of them.
She gets 15 and then hits.
She's just hitting it.
She's at 17 and hits again, and she just keeps going 21. And then, dude, when Jon Favreau's clapping and he just turns his head and stares right at Vince Vaughn. It's so great. It's so.
So
great.
I loved everything about the Vegas bit of this movie, but I was like, I gotta just pick one scene, and I freaking love that one. And if I can stay
Vegas
with that one until they go to breakfast afterwards, I definitely. God, I should have said why did make like a cocktail waitress is gonna get an obscure French philosophical reference. Hang on, Voltaire.
I should have just said I want to jump your ignorant bones. Dude, I put the Vegas trip, but I put the part where she's like, the girl walks up and says like, I walked around for like an hour with that stupid scotch on my tray. And she's like, guy behind the guy. Because Vince Vaughn was just being such a jerk. Dude, when he's like, but I am this 50-cent piece has your name all on it. If you can make it, I'm going to count 1, 2.
I'm going to be timing you.
Dude,
she's walking away. He's like yelling. He's like 3, 4.
He's such a jerk.
And Jon Favreau's like, well, I can't believe what an asshole you are. He's like, what? That was money. She smiled. He's like, they like it.
You think she's coming back?
God.
Yeah, dude, that was my second part. I love that at Vegas.
Dude, that Vegas thing is, the whole bit is incredible. The freaking...
And they're pulling up in the car and they're in slow-mo and he's like, where's your fucking suit? You said you were going to be wearing a suit. I can't, you got to go in with the suit. Fine, hold the wheel. I'll put my suit on now. Dude, it's so perfect. It's
when they're going to Vegas. So when I lived in LA, I did the drive from LA to Vegas a bunch because I played shows in Vegas. And dude, people, like, you know how sometimes we'd be in Hammond, we're going out and we're like, guys, Brown Doors, this place is shitty. Like, dude, let's just go to New Orleans. Let's go to
anyway.
And so we're like, and so at like midnight, you'd be like, dude, let's just go to New Orleans. Let's go karaoke. Let's go to Cats. And like you get in the car and drive an hour and a half, and you go and you get home at like 4:30 in the morning. Right. People in LA would do that with Vegas, except Vegas is like fucking 4 hours away.
Almost 4. Yeah, almost 4.
Yeah, people will pretend like it's 2 hours. And it's like, it's not, dude. It's 4 hours. And so
that's
I've
crazy.
been in that like, woo, Vegas. And then it cuts to like, hey, Vegas. It's like so fucking far away.
It's hard to keep that momentum going the whole time. Dude, that's awesome. So my second one was also the Vegas trip. You want to do your second one since mine was the same?
Yes, my second one is all 5 of the friends go to the party in the hills, and it's like, dude, it's Jon Favreau, it's Vince Vaughn, it's Jon Favreau's friend from back home, Ron Livingston from Peter from Office Space. I wouldn't say I've been missing it, and then Sue, and then their friend Alex, and they meet at the bar, and it's like, this place is dead anyway. And they go to the party, and they all 5 get in their cars, and they freaking synchronize. Their door closes, and they drive up to the hills. And they get to this house party, and it's just another like Vince Vaughn's like standing over in the corner with Patrick Van Horn with Sue, and this just like he's like, it's got a little game going on over here. He's like, is she looking at me? He's like, no, she's not looking at me. He's like, what about now? She's looking at me now. He's like, no, she's not looking at you now. He's like, all right, what about now? She's looking now. It's like, no, dude, she's not looking at you. She's never looking. Stop asking. Well, she just looked. He's like, like they're doing that shit. It's just fucking killing me.
Oh man! And
Jon Favreau's trying to talk to that one girl, and he's like, "You be my wingman." And he and Ron Livingston. He's like, "Hey, ladies," and she's just like, "What kind of car do you drive?" I drive a
Cavalier.
Red Cavalier.
Red Cavalier. Oh man. And then T-Bone, he's just freaking talking to all the ladies. And then there's a part where they're standing by the liquor area, the bar, quote bar. By the way, that guy Alex reaches over and grabs a whole thing. Like the scotch comes in like a metal tube. He grabbed the whole thing and just walked off with it. Dude, they're standing there and the guy walks up and he's like, "Oh my God, it's so good to see you." He's like giving him a hug and he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Who was that?" He's like, I have no idea. I live that on a daily basis. It's so great.
It's my God.
I should have picked that.
I love this scene, dude, and it cracks me up. But then the story about it is just as good because they're like, we have a party scene in the movie, but we don't have the money for a party. But we know these guys who live in the hills who are producers. They love to throw parties. Let's just have them throw a party and then go like, while the party's going on, we'll just show up and shoot our scenes in the party.
Nice.
So there's a bunch of people at the party who are just friends with these guys that aren't in the, like Adam Scott is Jon Favreau's downstairs neighbor from Parks and Rec and from Severance. He's like, I was at that party. We didn't know they were even shooting a movie at the time.
That's freaking great.
And like one of the other guys who's at that party is a guy named Mike White who wrote School of Rock and was like Jack Black's like bandmate in that movie.
Yeah, he was the guy who actually owned the apartment Jack Black was crashing.
Exactly. Like and then Mike White, but then Mike White has gone on to be pretty well known in the last 5 years or so because he's the creator and showrunner of White Lotus.
Yeah.
He's like, I was at that party. None of us knew what was going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I love that gorilla. They're like, throw a party. And so like the guy that played Charles, Alex Deser, I don't know how you pronounce his last name. It's got some kind of emphasis mark.
Emphasis. You put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable.
That sounds right. But the point is that he was like, that was an actual party. So when he's reaching over there to grab that thing, that's really Scotch.
Yeah, that's somebody. The beers. Jake's like, that looks like real beer in that bottle. I was like, it probably is.
It wasn't apple juice. It was actually Scotch. So like and he even said, he's like, I might have imbibed during that scene. I'm not going to say anything else about it.
That's great.
Like, it's amazing. They just shot the party and like, I'm sure people were going like, why is it so fucking bright in here? It's like, well, why is the guy walking around with a camera? Don't worry about it.
Why is the guy walking around with a camera that has a jacket tied around it?
And then a comforter tied around that. But yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, just think about how many times we just said like, what kind of car do you drive? I drove Cavalier.
Red Cavalier.
Dude, what was that freaking maroon piece of shit car you used to have?
Not the Dynasty. That one was blue.
No.
Was it a Cavalier?
That's what I was trying to remember. I don't think but it was like that kind of, it was that kind of freaking
it starts
sedan.
With a C. Yeah, that definitely does.
Crappy maroon sedan.
Chevy Cavalier doesn't sound right. I don't think that's right. No, it
doesn't.
But it's something like that. It starts with a C. Oh man, that's funny. I don't know. Dude, I don't know. I don't know what it could be.
Corsica.
Is it
a Corsica? I feel like it was a Corsica.
Oh man, I remember we added a CD player to that, and then they were doing construction on the interstate, and it never said bump, and it was just like hitting a curb. And ever since I hit that curb, the CD wouldn't eject unless I had a butter knife. So then I had to have a butter knife sitting on the dash of the Corsica. Oh man, that's freaking great.
So like this movie comes out and you're driving an old maroon Chevy Corsica. I think how many times you must have said that?
A whole bunch.
So that's 3 for me. Vegas, Double Down, The Party in the Hills, leaving the answer machine messages, and then I had a bonus. But you go. What's your third?
My third one is the final phone call. So Mike's at home and he gets a phone call from his ex-girlfriend and she starts saying stuff like how I miss you and stuff like that. And then there's a call waiting. He gets a beep. Somebody's beeping in. And he says, let me just get rid of this. And he answers it, and it's freaking Heather Graham. Yeah. And Heather Graham's like, I don't know if I was supposed to wait or what. I just wanted to call you. And he gets rid of the other one, goes back. He says, yeah, let me just get rid of the person on the other line. And he tells the ex-girlfriend, like, look, I got to go. I can't talk. I'll call you back when you get back from your trip or whatever. And as he's hanging up, she's like, okay, well, I love you. And like, he hangs up on her.
Yeah.
That's freaking great. That's wonderful. And then he goes back and talks to her. And like, his facial acting there is fantastic. You could tell how like his whole demeanor changed. It was great. And then he's telling what's his name afterwards, how he did the whole thing too. That was, I love that last phone call. I put that one in there. That was a nice a character arc and how it finished for me. That was perfect.
Yeah, dude, that was
Heather Graham. I want to talk to Heather Graham on the phone too.
That was great. And he was that was supposed to be the last scene of the movie. And then the director, Doug Liman, was like, hey, I think like the movie was just going to end. They were just going to do a freaking, Jon Favreau was like, after that phone call, there was like a crane shot through the window and there's a helicopter pullback shot that we couldn't afford.
Yeah.
And Doug Liman was like, I don't think that's the end of the movie, because it really isn't a romantic story. It's like the story of the movie is the story of your friendship with Trent.
Right. Yeah.
And so Jon Favreau was like, all right, we got to like, well, I will write another scene. We got to figure out another scene. And then he remembered a story that Vince Vaughn had told him about that, like witnessing that kind of like, like that little peekaboo thing with a guy at an airport. And he was like, what's this guy making weird faces at this girl? And it's like, oh, there's a baby that I couldn't see.
Nice.
And so then they go to the diner and they're like, but they can't. They're in their 20s. None of them have a baby. They don't know anyone who has a baby. So they're like wandering the neighborhood going like, can we borrow your baby? And everyone's like, get the fuck away from me. And they finally like found someone like that was parked. They're like, they have a car seat. Find them. We'll give you $50. We just need your baby for an hour. And the parents are like, okay.
That's freaking great.
Yeah.
That's great. I didn't know that story. That's awesome.
Yep. Also, the person who was the line producer on this movie was someone named Nicole LaLoggia.
Yeah. That's the voice, right? That she did the phone
She
call?
does Michelle's voice on the phone call, but she's also one of the, she's the line producer on the movie.
That's awesome.
It's freaking great, man. Dude, that's a great scene. I love that one. I would have been okay with the movie ending there, but I also am fine with the them going to the...
I love him holding up the napkin. He's like, you're naughty. He's like
doing the peekaboo.
Just so funny. So funny. What's your bonus one?
My bonus one, that was when they go to see Big Bad Voodoo Daddy playing at whatever. I don't know where that was. I don't know all the names of the places, but
yeah.
And it's like, oh, dude, there's a line, and they go walk around, and it's like this really long, like steady cam trailing shot with Mike and Trent and Sue, and they're like walking around, and they're talking to the bouncers, like, hey, what's up, man, Tony? Hey, did you get that part? He's like, no. He's like, well, you're working out. You look big.
You're looking like you're working out.
And then they're going through the kitchen. They're like high-fiving people. It's like, what's up, Rico? Like they know all the like laundry women. And then they walk out into the bar, and Big Bad Voodoo Daddy's playing, and they sit at the reserved booth. But dude,
to just slide all the stuff out of the way.
So that's where he meets Heather Graham, which to me is the real like turning point of the movie for Jon Favreau, because he's like talking to her and he's doing a good job, and like he's walking her to her car and like they exchange numbers. But also while that's happening, one of my favorite things in the movie is happening with Vince Vaughn and Patrick Van Horn, because
dude, look, it's fucking on.
They're getting hammered, and they're like, he's like, Vince Vaughn's like slapping him. He's like, dude, it's on. It's cheers.
Look, it's on.
But while he's doing that, Sue, Patrick Van Horn, has a girl sitting next to him who's mad that he never called her, and he's trying to convince her that he really did call her, and Vince Vaughn is fucking throwing him under the bus.
I don't know. We were playing football on that Thursday. I don't remember you leaving.
He's like, it's strange you never told me about her, because he's like, and I don't remember. And then someone else comes up and the cut's like, he's like, here's what happened. She's a nice girl. And
she's a very nice girl. And he never called her.
He was freaking selling out his buddy so hard, and it was killing me.
Oh, that girl was just angry the whole time too. The whole time, even when they were like stupid drunk and doing shit. It's like, dude, for our boy, come on. And she was just still like sitting there, like rolling up a napkin, angry. It's great.
It's like, I don't remember you leaving it for long enough to call anyone that day. It's the weird thing, like just full on fucking selling him out, and I loved it.
Vince Vaughn is he's so good at being a jerk. It makes me think that maybe he might be like,
yeah, dude.
Like he's really,
I don't think that's like
when he's drunk that night after. It's a shame you couldn't go back home with her because you had to drive us. And he's like, no, it's not like
oh, I'm the asshole. I would never eat here. I would.
He's like, ha, ha.
Also, I just remember in my 20s, like how much your buddies liked to fuck with you if you were talking to a girl. Like I was in college one time, and I was like chatting with a girl, and like we were sitting in a booth, and Mike Jones, intern Mike, walked by the booth where we were sitting and dumped a pitcher of beer on my head and then walked away without saying a word.
Jesus.
And so I was like, just beer just dripping down my face. And I was just like, so dental school, right? That sounds pretty intense. Like,
that's horrible. Mike Jones always takes it too far. I love it.
Oh God,
I love it.
So, but that scene, because of Jon Favreau's like character arc, and also freaking Sue and Trent destroyed. God, they were cracking me up.
They were so good.
And it's the Big Bad Voodoo Daddy scene. It's like that. Like this movie's responsible. Big Bad Voodoo Daddy's like, we played for like 4 presidents. Like, none of that would have happened without swingers. Like we'd still just be playing like clubs in LA.
That's great. That's great. I didn't really like the ska comeback of the late 90s that much, but
not my favorite thing, but I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
I mean, dudes are wearing suits and they're playing horns. Like, it's cool. It's just not my thing. Like, I love a guy playing an upright bass and people swing dancing, but I'm not excited to go stand in line and do that.
Right. Yeah, same. I'm not wearing a Zoot suit. Zoot suit riot. Wait, is that them? That's not them.
I don't know.
That's what's the other guys? Who's the
Cherry Poppin' Daddies?
Is that their name really?
Yeah.
The impression I get,
Cherry Poppin' Daddies, Zoot Suit Riot, 1997.
No, I was thinking of that is. For some reason I was thinking of the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. Remember them?
Oh yeah.
God, there really was a freaking ska punk revival.
Yeah, dude. That shit happened. And
That's
it's like
crazy.
Swingers gets a ton of credit for that. That to me is, I don't care about that part of the movie. I'm not mad at it, but it didn't, that part didn't impact me as much as the rest of it. But yeah.
Yeah. That's freaking
all right, man. I didn't, and like I could do a million other scenes, like the scenes where they're playing freaking video games, like the scenes where they get.
Is he brown?
If he's clean, invite him in. Like
the pink dot. That's great.
There's so much about this, like when they go freaking eat, when he's playing par 3 golf with Ron Livingston, and he's like talking
replace the pin, Chi-Chi.
He's 10 dude, they're playing par 3 golf, and it's like, all right, count them up. He's like, what do you got? It's like, I got either an 8 or a 9. He's like, I'll give you an 8. What'd you get? I got an 8. Like, dude, that shit. I remember playing golf, and it's a par 3, and me and you were both getting 8s, and it's like you're wearing a freaking torn Give Blood T-shirt, and like I'm wearing sandals. Like,
dude, I it's not like a serious money's worth when I go play golf. I hit the ball like 200 times. It's so much fun.
Dude, so there's no scene in this movie that I couldn't have put on this list of scenes. That's how much I love it. But anyway, let's do quotes.
I really had to narrow it down. I know. And that makes me angry because I don't want to.
I left out a lot of good quotes.
Dude, I felt I would feel remiss if I didn't say you're so money and you don't even know it.
I got that one.
Yeah, I said that so much.
Yeah,
that I had to put that in there.
I said that one a ton, but I also said "guy behind the guy" about
guy behind the guy. Yes. Oh God. What,
my first one that I wrote down is in case somebody steps to you, Snoop Dogg.
Like fucking House of Pain was going to do anything.
You know what it's like out here. I'm from LA. You're from Anaheim.
Oh man, I can't believe he pulled a gun. Jake really.
I could have put that scene, dude. He's like, I protected our rep, and then the Charles guy's like, fuck rep, I got a call back. It's like, God, I love that line too.
He's like, yeah, I gotta wake up early. Man. And my second one is because now I drink Scotch. Because when I first tasted it, of course, it tasted like I accidentally sprayed hairspray in my mouth, but now it's delicious. So now if I want to feel awkward when I order it, like if I'm at a house party, like somebody had a Christmas thing and they're like, dude, what do you want to drink? I know you like to drink. I got all kinds of stuff. What do you want? I was like, I'll have a Scotch on the rocks. Like any Scotch will do. Like just not a blend, of course, like a single malt, like Glenlivet,
any Glen.
Like, and maybe any Glen, will work. I say it like that, and nobody has any idea what I'm talking about.
No.
But I ordered it like that when I'm talking to, not at a restaurant or at a bar. I don't say that. But if it's friends, I definitely do that. So I had to throw that one in there.
Dude, I like that one also. I'm positive that when you do that, they bring you a Johnny Walker, which is a blend, and no one really doesn't really matter.
No, they definitely do, and I don't care.
It all tastes like you're licking tree bark, so
it's delightful. Delightful. By the
I
third
also
one, you don't even taste it anymore. It's great.
Yeah, it's like cough syrup. The other one I put in there is not one that I say a lot anymore, but Vegas, baby.
Vegas, baby. I had that one as my bonus, yeah.
Because I've been to Vegas a bunch because I lived on the West Coast and I toured, and also like our age group, at least my friends, is like when we got out of college, we'd be like, dude, let's just go to Vegas. We'll just meet up for the Final Four. It's like I've been to Vegas freaking 30 times.
Yeah.
And you never go there where you're not saying a lot. Vegas, baby.
Vegas as an adult though is way different.
Yeah, I don't like it anymore, and I don't care if I ever go again.
Yeah, but dude, when Kat and I went for the thing, the people were like, "Oh, isn't this great? You can just drink with an open container." I was like, "We're from New Orleans, so yeah, but there's food everywhere." I'm like, "Yeah, we're from New Orleans, but there's casinos." I'm like, "Yeah, we're from New Orleans. Like, we get it. Like, it's just
like, and it's hot. Super duper hot. It's like, yeah, it's New Orleans. It's the same. We had this at home. We had Vegas at home already.
We're not going to Vegas. We have Vegas at home." Oh, that's great. Yeah, dude, Vegas, baby. Vegas, that was my bonus quote.
I did think because a lot of the great quotes are from Vince Vaughn, and I thought it was important to mention that the director, Doug Liman, said that every single word Vince Vaughn said in this movie was written in the script.
Oh, like that's great.
Even though he's able to improv, like Jon Favreau had captured his voice so well that like he didn't have to add anything.
That's great, dude.
And can you imagine if they'd given this part to Jason Priestley? Like, what the fuck?
It would have been horrible. I wouldn't have watched it. All right, so my second quote is
who could have done Vince Vaughn's part? Like, that's fucking Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, it is him. It's him. It's one that I said a lot. Our baby's all grown up.
Yes.
Like every time somebody would do something and be like, Biggin's like, dude, they gave me a raise. I'm now a manager over at the Mickey D's. And I'd be like, dude, my baby's all grown up and he's all grown up. And I would be like doing the dance and putting one foot on the table. I love that. I love how loud he is in that whole scene. He turns around and gives the whole plate of food to the other guy. That's just great. It's great.
I also like I wouldn't do it anymore, obviously, but I remember in our 20s going out to like, you go freaking drive down to New Orleans and we go out and we go drinking and we go karaoke and we stop and get food on the way back. And you're in a diner at like 3 or 4 o'clock at the Tiffin Inn.
Yeah,
Tiffin Inn. And I definitely remember us like just not being like drunken idiots, but just being regular idiots. Just be like, fine, I'll ask her. Ma'am, where do all the high school girls hang out? Like, dude, which now is the opposite of funny now that I'm in my 40s. But when I'm 24, I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, of course. Back then it was funny.
Be like, all right, fine. I'm the asshole. I'm the asshole. I would never eat here.
Dude, I can't believe that we used to eat at the Tiffin Inn. And it's a pancake house. So I can remember ordering like, I'll have the bacon cheeseburger. And they're like, all right, you want fries or pancakes? I'm like, what are we doing? This is amazing. I wish it was still open.
Man,
she's not open anymore.
Tiffin Inn was like, if you felt like Waffle House was too clean, you might want to check out Tiffin Inn.
I've seen a gun 3 times in my life, and 2 of them were in a Waffle House. Yeah, dude. I would find that less funny now if there were groups of people laughing like Vince Vaughn was and acting like that. But God, it was funny when we were young.
Oh man.
Funny.
Yeah, I think
so. It's all grown up now.
So my quotes are Vegas, baby. You're so money you don't even know it. And in case somebody steps to you, Snoop Dogg. And I could have had another 30 or 40, but like a lot of the quotes are iconic, and I feel like I had to include them.
That's why I put this so money. I could not put that one. The one where he says, where he's trying to give Jon Favreau a pep talk, and he's like, it was in the trailer or the teaser or whatever. He's like, I don't want you to be the guy in the PG-13 movie everyone really hopes makes it happen. Yeah. I want you to be the guy in the rated R movies, the one you're not sure you like yet, and you don't know where he's coming from. All right, you're a bad man. You're a bad man. And he slaps him on the ass. Dude, I love that. I remember us saying that a lot. God, this movie is so much us. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy.
Well, dude, I mean, all right. Is that all your quotes?
Yeah, it's all of them. Yeah.
All right. So next is characters. And my first is Double Down, Vince Vaughn.
Vince
Trent.
Vaughn, dude.
Because I think it's like, I mean,
so
he's
quotable.
hilarious and he's a huge dickhead. And I'm sure maybe he grows to be an adult who isn't like that anymore, because that happens sometimes.
Right.
But also, like, dude, it's such a good. He's an incredible friend, because he really, and like Jon Favreau says, like, I really was the kind of guy who, like, after a breakup, I just didn't want to sit in my house for a while. And Vince really is the kind of guy who will call you over and over again until you agree to come do something. That's such an important friend to have. Like, the guy's
gotta
like,
have those
hey,
guys,
dude, you got to get out of that apartment. You can't be just sitting, like, moping around there waiting for her to call, drinking orange juice. He's like, come on, it's gonna be beautiful babies.
Yeah.
He's like, no, we're not. He's like, I'm not going to Vegas. He's like, no, you listen to me. He's like, we are going to Vegas. He's like, wait, I want you to wear something nice. He's like, I'm not going. And then cut to, they're driving to Vegas. Like, that's an important friend to have.
Yeah, you got to have those guys. Dude, he's super charismatic and horribly obnoxious. But those two things together make him super quotable.
We got this movie, and then I think in either 97 or 98, we've got High Fidelity. And like Vince Vaughn in this movie and Jack Black in High Fidelity is like, those are the perfect versions of those guys. Like, if they're playing those characters, I'm like, you can't do any better than those guys are doing that.
Yeah.
So everything he's done since then, if it's not Trent, I don't like it as much.
Right.
And the best movies of Vince Vaughn is when he, like, dude, I love The Breakup, and he's just, there's a lot of Trent in that character. Like, he's playing freaking video games and that. He's like talking shit. He's like making friends with people. He's high fiving.
Yeah, and the same thing with the Wedding Crashers and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, dude,
Wedding Crashers. Like, that's the charismatic, like, outspoken, like, gregarious asshole who's like, you probably don't want him to date someone that you care about, but like, he's a great friend.
Yeah. 4 Christmases, you saw that one?
4 Christmases.
Reese Witherspoon. The one after this that really puts him on the map, though, is Spielberg and Jurassic Park. Was that Spielberg, the second one? I think he did the second one. I can't remember if he does the second one, but it's him doing that second Jurassic Park really, I think, put him on the map and helped him do the thing.
Maybe it wasn't Spielberg. I'm not sure about that. Because I mean, that's the Jurassic Park sequel. It's directed by Spielberg. That's 97. But then, like, to me, I felt like Vince Vaughn, he got that like 2000s, like that aughts. Like, dude, he does Old School, Dodgeball, Wedding Crashers, and back-to-back years. And then he does The Breakup, which doesn't do as well, but I really like it. Yeah. And then he does like 4 Christmases, Couples Retreat. Like, he's just, but he had that run in the aughts where he did incredible, like Old School, Dodgeball, and Wedding Crashers in a 3-year run. It's like, it's not quite Jim Carrey's 3-year comedy run, but it's pretty fucking close. Like, it's amazing.
And it's way more filthy than I remember. Because I'm thinking, Dodgeball, I can watch that with the kids.
No.
Oh, man. I didn't realize. Dude, he's killing it. He's killing it. I had Vince Vaughn first. I had Jon Favreau second.
I had Jon Favreau second.
Dude, I like Jon Favreau, the actor, fine.
Me too.
I like Jon Favreau, the screenwriter and filmmaker, way better. I freaking love me some Jon Favreau. I mean, he's got a movie that's in the theater right now.
Does he? What is it?
The Mandalorian Grogu movie is him, isn't it? Did he not do that? Or he just made that like idea?
I think he's one of the people involved with the like steering of the current Star Wars franchise, but I'm not sure. I didn't see Mandalorian. Let's see. Yeah, it says directed and written by Jon Favreau, written by John, Dave Filoni, and Noah Kloor.
Oh yeah, that's the guy who wrote the TV show with him.
Yeah. I'm honestly, man, I'm happy for him because he's like sitting on a freaking solid gold throne. But I'm kind of bummed that he's gotten trapped in like Star Wars and MCU because I would like for him to do more like this movie and like Chef. Like, I like his independent stuff
Chef
where he like writes, interacts, and does stuff, and even Made. So like I'm like, dude, there's a million people who could probably do a pretty good job of running Star Wars, and I wouldn't be upset if he handed it off to one of them and did more shit like that.
That's what I'm saying. I like he's good. Him as an actor is great, but him as a writer, he nails it.
Him and PCU, Can You Blow Me Where the Pampers Is?
dude.
He's a great actor. I fucking love him as an actor. But yeah, as a writer director, he's incredible.
He did Elf, right? Isn't that he directed that? That was his.
Yes.
Yeah, that's freaking great.
Yes, he did. Who's your third?
My third, dude. I wanted to put Sue, but I went with Ron Livingston because I liked how he was like the actual, like, I don't know, voice of maturity in the thing. I liked how he played it. I love the fact that he was like, I don't know if I got the part or not yet. Like, they haven't called me back, and everybody's like, yeah, you didn't get it. And he didn't tell his folks yet, and he's fretting over whether he wants to try out to be goofy. And then he ends up not getting the part, and at the end, he's like,
right.
God, I kill for that role.
I killed for that part.
I just love, and I love Ron Livingston. Loudermilk was fantastic.
I love
Office
Loudermilk.
Space. Dude, you would love it. It's so funny. And then Office Space is, dude, it's, I love me some Ron Livingston. There's a movie he does called Two Ninas, where he's dating two girls named Nina. And I have it on DVD, but it's taken me forever to find it when I finally got it. It's hilarious. Like, I just love him as an actor, and I think he did really good at this. I like his character in this.
He's great. I really like him in this movie. He's like kind of the like conscience of the group, and it's also like he's like giving pep talks to Jon Favreau, because Jon Favreau's
not like you got to get out there and hook up with chicks. Get like Trent is.
No, but like,
yeah.
But Jon Favreau's like, I might move back east, and he's like, dude, he's like, one of the reasons I came out here is because I saw how well you're doing. And Jon Favreau's like, I host an open mic night, and I played a fucking bus driver on a movie. He's like, dude, you got an agent, you got management, you got into a movie, you got like you made it.
Specializes in magicians.
Yeah, it's like you made it. You know?
Yeah.
And he's like, and if your life is awful, that means mine is even worse.
Right.
Like he's that guy. So and he's telling Jon Favreau, like, your problem is you don't look at the things that you have. You only look at the things that you don't have.
Right.
So it's a really important role. And I freaking love Ron Livingston.
Those quotes that you just gave are super important to the movie, to moving Jon Favreau forward, but also those aren't the quotes that everybody yells all the time, but they're super important to the movie. And that's why I felt like I had to put him in there.
Yeah, man, he's awesome. I liked his role. He did a good job. And he said, like, these guys all said, like, because when they were trying to get people to buy the movie, they would just do a play version of it. They would just do a staged reading. And so these guys are all doing it. They're all friends with Jon Favreau. So he's like, and Jon Favreau was like, one of the reasons why we could shoot so quickly is we'd all done it a bunch.
Right.
So, and
that's
like awesome. Vince Vaughn, because everyone knew that they were going to give the Vince Vaughn part to a star. He was like, I didn't even think that I could be the guy who eventually played Trent for real.
That's great.
I know, man.
That's great that he got to do it.
It is great. No, Ron Livingston's awesome. I love him. Loudermilk is my jam. Office Space. When 99 comes around and I've moved to having like 8 or 9 DVDs, that's one of them.
Oh, it's got to be.
My third was Heather Graham.
She did great.
Because she's not in a bunch of the movie, but it's a really memorable bit of the movie. And I don't always like think that she's the world's greatest actress, but I thought she was really good here.
Yeah.
And she's the kind of perfect, like, oh, look, she's in a similar situation. She moved out to LA. She's not real sure how to get around, or like how to get the club onto her steering wheel, or, you know, like, why do all the bars, or why are they all secret?
Dude, we had to pause it, and I had to explain to Jake what the club is. Because I was like, oh, snap, the club. And then she honks the horn trying to get it off, and it's so great. It's so great.
So she was really good. And Jon Favreau said he really did learn how to swing dance at the Derby where the Big Bad Voodoo Daddies are playing. He's like, they did swing dancing lessons, and I went and learned. And then when like I worked with Heather Graham, I taught her how to dance, you know, like while we were getting ready for this movie to shoot.
Yeah, that's freaking great.
Because of course, I mean, they got no budget, so they're not stuntmen there. That's them doing it.
And
like everyone around them paid to get in and is on film. You know what I mean?
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I love Heather Graham. I've loved her since she was Mercedes on License to Drive.
Yeah.
So I've always liked Heather Graham. She was, dude, her on Scrubs. Remember her in Scrubs? She was good
Yeah.
on that.
She's great, man. For someone who's not all that great of an actress, she's been in some really good stuff and has done typically like a pretty good job.
Yeah.
But in this one, I really liked her.
Yeah, she played this part really well.
And I couldn't figure out. I couldn't decide between Ron Livingston and Patrick Van Horn. And I was like, dude, I'm just gonna give it to Heather Graham because I shout out she was awesome in this at a very important, like, critical point of the movie.
Right.
All right, man. Writer John Favreau. Director Doug Liman. He ends up doing like Born Supremacy and Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and
Dude, I was shocked. I knew he did
Go,
the Edge of Tomorrow. I knew that was him.
Edge of Tomorrow.
I didn't know he did American Made, that one with Tom Cruise and the plane and the cocaine.
I really like that one.
Dude, it was really awesome. I didn't know he did Mr. and Mrs. Smith. I need to go back and watch that again. That was freaking great.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith is one of my favorites. I've seen that one a bunch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So now I'm interested to go.
I really like Go.
Go is fantastic. There's a lot of quotes in that movie that I used to do. I kind of want to go back and watch some of his other stuff now that I know that he directed it. I want to know if it's any good that I haven't seen. So I'm gonna have to go back and check it out. Stuff like,
I'm trying to think, dude. Like the stuff I'm looking at.
I don't know what that's. I know it's got people I recognize, Naomi Watts and Sean Penn, but like,
oh yeah, I've never seen that.
I've seen that.
Almost everything that he made. Well, I guess I didn't see The Wall.
I started Lockdown because I like me some Anne Hathaway, but I never saw the whole thing. Chaos Walking, I've never seen that. Like I kind of want to see what these are all about. The
that looks good.
It's got friggin' Casey Affleck and Matt Damon. I mean, like, I don't know if those are any good, but I kind of want to watch them now.
Yeah, so he's like, it's funny because he was the kind of voice of experience for this movie, and he says in the oral history, he's like, I didn't have that much experience, but compared to John, who had none, like I kind of knew a lot, and so
right.
I ended up having to answer a lot. And he's like, at one point, I think John got concerned because he found me reading a book that said like how to light for movies 101. It was like literally reading a book about how to, because they didn't have a DP. But this movie's great. I love all the like guerrilla handheld independent shit. Like just beg the bar, like, dude, can we come in and film? We're not going to pay you, but like also you could just keep operating. Like that shit is all awesome.
That's great. That's great that he was able to do it. Yeah, and that his dad knew enough rich people.
Everybody knows Jon Favreau. I don't think we really need to talk a ton about him.
Yeah, he's happy. Happy Hogan. Happy Hogan? I think that's his name.
The cool thing about this is that I moved to LA like 15 years after this movie comes out, and a lot of the stuff that's in the movie is still there when I'm there. Like the par 3 golf course they're playing on, Los Feliz Part 3, that was in my neighborhood when I lived in LA. And when I lived in Hollywood, a lot of the stuff they went to was like, dude, that shit was still there. Like you could go to it. You can go see Marty and Elaine 30 years later, but even 15 years later, you could see a lot of the stuff, Derby, the Dresden.
God, that's crazy that those two are still playing. I can't.
Did you read the oral history thing?
I saw the article. I didn't read it. No, I know.
I read it 10 years ago, and I reread it again. It's fantastic because it's just like interviews with the people. But in that is a link to images from Jon Favreau's sketchbook, and he storyboarded the movie in his sketchbook.
Oh, nice!
I'm like, dude, this shit is so cool. I wish there was an easy way for us to like share that. Maybe I can put a link to it in the episode description.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man. Well, let's do the worst.
Not a lot of worst for me.
The only worst that I can say is like normal 20-something attitudes towards women's in the 90s, we would now say is pretty misogynistic.
Yeah.
I put that under, guys probably still talk like this, but like now that I'm a 40-something-year-old guy, I know like you shouldn't talk about girls like that.
Yeah. I put that under the political correctness, the whole like bro culture, like that. Right. I put that calling them beautiful babies for the entire plot is kind of misogynistic. For the worst, I just put that they're cool guy personas. Like it's the same problem I have when I watch Made. I like it and I think it's funny, but God, is it grating after a while for Vince Vaughn to just constantly act like that. I know that's his character and that's what he's supposed to do. And in this movie, he switches it up enough where he's like talking to Jon Favreau and like letting the facade drop a little bit to talk to him. But dude, in Made, he's like that all the time. And that kind of cool guy persona, some people find that grating. And that I think that I don't know how you fix it really in this because he drops it enough, but I could see how that could be great. Jake was just like, I can't. Why is he acting like that? Why is he doing that? I was like, because it's 2026, and you can tell that people should.
Sure.
Yeah. Worst effects though, I don't think
there's any effects in this movie.
Yeah, the guerrilla filmmaking, if you want to call those effects, like I could see some of the lighting rigs were off, but like again, like you said, they're using Home Depot with 100.
It's not exaggeration to say it was held together with duct tape. It was actually held together with duct tape and like plugged in with an extension cord. Shit they bought from Home Depot.
That's really great.
Yeah, dude, that's great. I think the misogyny and the like outdated attitudes toward women. But there's not a lot of worse. I think it's if it's 30 years old.
We always put for the old tech. Jake was asking me about the answering machines. Do you remember when they went from being like a little tiny cassette tape to digital? Because I can vividly remember us getting the first digital one.
Yes.
It still played it out loud though.
Yeah. I loved the little tiny mini cassette tapes that only worked for answer machines. I don't know why. I just thought those were the coolest things.
Yeah. I like those and the little tiny VHS tapes that you would put in the tiny camcorders. Yeah. Both of those were awesome for me.
Mini DV tapes. I loved those. I do. What about the calling card? Remember that? I put that on my bonus kid and I skipped it. I must have missed it. Dude, the calling card.
Jake, that's what that was for.
Yes.
That was like, dude, it's long distance.
I check my messages. It's a calling card. It's an 800 number. It doesn't cost anything.
I'm like, dude, meanwhile, you can call Cameroon right now if you wanted to, and it would cost you the same amount as it would be calling me in the other room. So like, it's moved a lot.
And also just the cordless phone. Like I liked the freaking big blocky with the metal antenna that you
dude, no, how many times did you have one of those antenna, even if it's on a radio, that bent ever so slightly and it never closed all the way perfect anymore?
Yeah, you tried to close it too hard one time and you bent it and you're like, cool, we'll close again.
Now it's always up. That's great. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, man. The club, that's old technology. I mean, they still make it, but
I don't know. I don't even know really how it worked. Does it just stop you from turning the wheel?
I'd never owned one. I'm not sure. Even when I moved to LA, people were like, you should get a club. I was like,
my dad's parents had one, and he would hook it under the thing that holds the brake pedal, like the bar coming down.
Yeah.
Would hook there, and then it would hook on the bottom of the steering wheel. So I get how that works. But the regular club just went over the steering wheel. So is it just so long that it makes it cumbersome to turn and you can't make it turn?
I have no idea, dude. I don't have the faintest idea how it works.
You didn't buy the infomercial?
No. That would be small tech though, infomercials.
Yeah. All right, 5 questions. Yeah.
Is it okay for kids?
I let my now 14. He was 13 when he watched it yesterday, but I think it's just dirty language. There's some sexuality, but not really.
Yeah.
Not like sex scenes, and there's no like killing or anything.
Even graphic, it's just dirty language.
Yeah,
it's just swearing.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of dirty words. So I think
it's a mature concept. It's not like a kid is going to enjoy it.
Right. Jake,
if they're not thinking about like rubbing their bathing suit area on someone else's bathing suit area, they're not really going to like it.
Right.
Would this movie get made if it were pitched now? I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure you could make this. Could you make it for the same amount?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean,
so we keep talking
not
about
that so some of this stuff is like Kevin Smith talked about this. He's like, dude, you could shoot a movie now just using an iPhone. He's like, you wouldn't even have to spend the $30,000 we spent on Clerks. He's like, you get your friends, you get the locations that you already have access to, and you shoot. He's like, you could do it for almost nothing. So yes, totally do this.
That's what I'm thinking.
Not in LA and Vegas, but
right.
Dude, if we'd
Can
wanted
you
to
still
shoot
do
movies,
guerrilla? Can you film somebody in a thing and put them in a movie? Like those people that didn't know they were going to be in a movie. Did they still
you're
have to
not
get them to sign
supposed
off?
to. You're supposed to have them sign a release, but people
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Like you have to think like either the movie, no one sees it and then no one notices and no one gets upset, or it's like a huge deal and it's like, well, now we have money to pay them if they really get mad.
Now we can just yeah. Good
And
call.
plus, if you're in LA, everyone's probably trying to be in movies anyway. So
Right.
Dude, if we wanted to make a movie in the early 2000s in Hammond and Ponchatoula and we had access to iPhones, like we could have done it. We could have gone and asked places like, dude, can we film in here tonight? And they'd be like, we don't
And
care.
we had the script. I mean, it was bad, but we had a script.
Horrible. Yeah. Like Mariners would have been like, yeah, come on in, clean up after you're done. I'm like, cool. It'll be even nicer after we're done shooting because you guys don't clean up.
Dude, they don't now for sure. They're shut down.
Rest in peace.
Sad day.
Where will I get staff now? Movie or TV show? Definitely a movie.
I like how that has a double entendre: staff with a PH and staff with an F, because the person would always just leave and not come back. That's great.
Movie or TV show? Movie?
Yeah, it's got to be a movie, right?
Yeah,
it's got to be a tight 90 minutes like that.
Yeah, man. Recasting.
Sophocles.
Sophocles. That was the program.
Is that the name of it?
Huh? Yeah, that's it.
That's great.
What,
Sorry, it just came to me.
Who would?
Dude, I couldn't do it. I don't know who plays Trent other than Vince Vaughn. Who's that outgoing, loud, brash?
So the problem is that there probably are people that could do it, but we don't know them. You'd need to go to you need to watch every improv troupe in LA and Chicago and New York and find the funniest, loudest, crassest, most charismatic person. And you'd be like, that's my Trent, someone no one's ever heard of, who's hilarious.
Right. But for Mike, I think that's the person you could put a star in, because that I don't think is as hard to do.
It is. It's not as much fun, but it would be pretty easy to cast. That anybody can do that. Like that's not from an acting standpoint. I don't think is that much of a challenge.
Right. So can you still watch and enjoy it?
It's one of my favorites, man.
Dude, it's so good.
I don't know. But your son liked it.
He did.
But I don't know that he's gonna be like, oh man, this is gonna end up being a movie that I watch my whole life 1,000,000 times.
It 1,000% is not.
Yeah,
it's not.
So it's like he appreciates it, but it's not going to be part of his life the way it was part of our life. So you can totally still watch it, especially if you're listening to this and you're our age. You already know this movie, but
yeah, you've probably.
I don't think it would connect. But if you connect with a younger,
go watch it. It's that funny.
Yeah, I don't think it will connect with a new audience the way it connected with us when we were teenagers, is what I'm saying.
Correct.
But can I watch it? Fuck yeah, I love it so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's great.
All right, man. It's available streaming. It's out there. And thank you guys for listening. We've gone way long because this movie's awesome.
Fantastic.
We'll be back in 2 weeks with the movie that we've not yet picked. So, yeah. Vaya con Dios.
Place dead anyway. Vaya con Dios.
Thanks for listening to Movie Life Crisis. Please subscribe, rate, and review. And remember, don't drive angry.